Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the live stream. I'm your host, Jesse Showalter, and we got people who are joining us on YouTube, on Twitch, on Behance, on Facebook. Hello, everybody. Say hi in the chat. I want to know who you are, where you're coming from, and give me the emoji that matches your weekend plans. Maybe it's a little hiking person. Maybe it's a coffee mug. I don't know. Maybe you're going to hang out and watch a movie. I'd love to say hello and say hello in that chat. Also, make sure that you're signing up and joining us in the Discord server, because today, that's right, today we are reviewing the work that was submitted for the November challenge, the design challenge inside of that Hey Creative Discord server. The challenge was to design and prototype a checkout experience for the Legend, that's right, my favorite spicy nootropic ginger drink, the Legend performance drink. This challenge was sponsored by Legend and Adobe. You know why? Thank you very much, Adobe and Legend, for sponsoring this challenge, because the winner, the first place winner of this challenge, is going to receive a case of Legend and one free year to the Adobe Creative Cloud, a subscription to the cloud service over there at Adobe. Second and third place, they're going to get a case of Legend, and then everybody is going to have a good time and and have had the opportunity to join a cool community over there on Discord, talk with me, chat with me, do some cool design challenges, have fun, all that kind of fun stuff. So really excited about that. We got Paula and Fells and James Raymond, Papa Sado. We got people coming from Senegal and Colombia and India and Malaysia. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm so glad that you guys are here. All right, we're going to jump right in. Let me give you a quick taste of what we're doing here. This is the file that if you would have gone over and joined, if you are a member of the Hey Creative Discord server, here we are at the Hey Creative Discord community, and scroll your way down to the submission, the challenges tab. You'll see there's last month's, there's this month's, and you had some great links. We had, let me see, the winners and the instructions, and you got a little video that gave you some overview. You got a Figma file to start with. You got some starting files, some logos and different assets. There was a whole brief, and this is what the brief said. We are designing and prototyping a checkout experience, so we want to see, you know, at least a couple interactions, right? And here's what the challenge was. Get these starting files. You must use the starting assets in your design, okay? That means the cans, the logos, you have to, okay? The prototype must have at least 3 interactions. You got to choose what those were. Maybe it was an add to cart interaction. Maybe it was a swiping and switching of what thing you want to add. Maybe it's a toggling the quantity in the checkout flow. I don't know, but you must have at least 3 interactions. It must have an add to cart and purchase functionality. So that's probably 2 of those 3. I'd love to see more than 3, but choose any design software you feel most comfortable with and submit and get it reviewed for the opportunity to win stuff here on the live stream today. All right, so I'm really excited about that. And I've gone ahead and I've looked at everything that's in the challenges submission tab, and right around here, let's see, November 9th was, I think, we're going back to October there. Here we go. Hold on. November 19th or so was our first submission by Anestho. Okay, so we got like 8 or 9 submissions today. Really excited about that. Before we go too far, if you want to join this Hey Creative Discord server, it's free to do, but maybe you want access to some of the premier kind of exclusive channels inside of there, as well as a bunch of other cool, fun resources. You might consider becoming one of my members, joining my Design Champions Members Club. Find out more about that, link in the description, learn.jesseshowalter.com/members, and then you maybe become one of my Design Champs or a supporter. And there's all sorts of fun goodies that you get. You get live video hangouts with me every single month. You get behind the scenes, early access, exclusive posts, all that kind of fun stuff. So maybe check that out. But in the meantime, let's check out some of this amazing work. Throughout this stream, we'll also be stopping and taking questions. We'll do some question and answer stuff. But let's look at Anestho's submission here that was submitted on November 19th. Okay, so we're going to tap that. Boom, open it up. And we have a Figma file. We got a Figma prototype that has multiple flows. We're going to stay with this first flow. Okay, so we can kind of click in Figma and see the different options there. Got a nice website, kind of like probably the shop page, right? Not the home page, but the shop page like this. So we've gone over into shop. I'm just kind of curious what these other things are. Okay, yeah, they're different areas of the flow. But let's click on one of these. Let's say I like the black. I like the original because it's a little bit more spicy. I'm going to click there and we get a nice simple fade transition. We're able to go back and shop again. Okay, I'd call that an interaction. That's fine with me. We can swap out these things right here. Very nice. But we should be able to add to cart. I hope we can add to cart. If we can't, we might explore the other flows. Okay, why can't we add to cart? That's okay. Okay, well, all right. Okay, we're gonna click around here and see what we got. Anything allow me to add it to cart? That's okay. Well, you're not succeeding in the brief so much so, but that's okay. We will navigate around and see if we can make it work. Okay, let's see. Maybe this one has the add to cart. There we go. White, the white label, the silk label had the add to cart. All right, so let's do add to cart. Boom. Okay, we see the notification bubble go off on the cart top right. Pretty standard e-commerce stuff. It's a good pattern if you're doing e-commerce. Okay, let's see. Somebody's saying they're having trouble with the Discord link. That should not be the case. Should be able to just click on the link that's in the chat. Go to the chat inside of YouTube and click on that link. Okay, so back to it. Here we go. We're able to, add something to the cart and proceed to checkout. Okay, all right, very good. So far we're hitting all the areas we want. We see the credit card, it's already been pre-filled, and that's kind of hit the end of our flow. Okay, all right, okay, pretty cool. That's good. All right, let's review this a little bit. I think the experience is good. I'm wondering what this would look like on mobile, right? I think you use the assets well. Branded, it's very on brand, very, very nice. I like that. I would have liked to have seen some experimentation in more than just like simple fades, right? We had some decent amount of time. Like this slide out could have actually like animated and slid out. Now the reason we use animation, the reason you would ever use animation inside of your web design, application design, mobile design, whatever it is to trace the progress of the user's actions. Okay, that's really at its core what we're not using animation. Sometimes you can use it for fun. Sometimes you can use it for pizzazz. I'm not against that. But really at its core, what we should be using animation for, if you're going to, is to trace the user's flow from one place to another. So if they've added to cart, the motion actually directs the user's view, where they're looking, their attention, right, to the next place, which would be hopefully this next call to action of, hey, you've added it to the cart, it slides out. Now, do you want to keep shopping or do you want to proceed to the checkout? So that's why we would use some animation or motion in this case. Okay. Again, it's like just a fade, so not bad. I'd like to have seen a little bit more. The layout here is very, very nice. I think because this challenge was design and prototype, for me, I'm missing a little bit of that prototype magic, right? So maybe just a little. It's really well done though, right? The form field design, hard to do, very well done. Not sure if I love this dark panel over here for like the checkout stuff. So maybe, exploring what it looks like to create contrast without having to use harsh black and white like this, because it's kind of tugging my eye over when maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should be highly focused here, and this should be evenly weighted as far as it being secondary or tertiary or, primary. So, we have to be careful how we use color and layout. That's all I'm saying here. But I think nicely done. This challenge was submitted by Anestho. You are in the running, my friend. All right, let's look at Wolfram. Very excited to see the submission. Let's see. Here's what I have so far. We have a link and we have a Figma file. So I'm going to click on both. Okay, so it looks like maybe, okay, here's the full file and here's the link. Okay, and all right, so we're kind of clicking through. This looks a little bit more like a presentation. I'm interested. I'm very, very interested. Okay, so what I can click. We got a little scrolling action. Okay, here we go. Now we're talking. It's kind of like immersive, full frame. I'm digging it. Here we go. Case of 12. The details are very nice. I think to be really successful at this challenge, you probably would have had to do a little bit of research as well. You would have had to have gone to the current legend website and see what they're doing, how they're doing it, research other e-commerce experiences and interactions and prototypes. You probably would have wanted to do a little bit of that for it to be really successful. Let's add to cart. Here's a little micro interaction. Do we see that? Can we go back? Because that was beautimous. I really want to go back. Okay. It's just the little micro interaction of the hovers is always something nice. And we can really do that using Figma interactive components or states inside of Adobe XD, right? So very, very nice. I like that. Let's add to cart and we see, bink, we just got a nice subtle, we've got nice hovers on a lot of these, but we got a nice subtle little notification bubble that went up there, okay? So really cool. We could even show more. Very nice little interaction of exposing more or less information. I dig that. Okay, we also like the silk. We could add that to cart. Look, it even popped to 2. I'm highly impressed of that. That's very nice. Let's see what happens when we go to the cart. Okay, nice fade. We're in the cart. We look like we're not in the cart, like we're actually more in the checkout experience, right? Which is, nowadays there's a difference, isn't there? Like the cart is usually like, hey, I just want to peek at what's in. Think of this in like, okay, when we think of e-commerce, this is a good e-commerce like moment, all right? What's the difference between a cart and a checkout? Anytime we are creating mental models of digital products, we have to think about physical models of that same experience. So physically, in the real world, you're shopping in the store, right? What's in my cart? It's usually right here at the glance of my eyes and the movement of my hands. That's the cart, right? Then I take that cart and I push it up to the register to check out. I don't necessarily have to go all the way to the register to look at what's in my cart. This is why that mental model is there, because it's the physical model of what we actually do when we shop in brick and mortar physical locations, okay? So the fact that when I go to the cart, what I'm actually going into is a full checkout experience might not be what we want. Maybe it is. Maybe this is maybe some research could be done and shown that this is a great way to get people to immediately buy. I don't know, but it feels a little bit more like a checkout experience to me. Okay, let's keep going here. Let's fill in our information. We have all the different states. You know, it's really subtle. It's very, very nice. I would have liked to seen some maybe like state changes for the, oh, look, the discount code's my name. Isn't that nice? You know, so some changes to the form fields, the input fields, depending on current status, active, not filled, error. That would have been nice. I'm not saying it's mandatory, but look, ready for a nice little interaction? Let's add more quantity. Ooh, I like it. All right, and the price is even changing. Look down here, folks. I like that. I'm seeing all the interactions we need to qualify this for the challenge. Proceed to checkout. That one's not quite working, but let's just say that that did work. Okay, cool. We're good. We're good. And bingo. We've moved on. We're now in the payment section. The stepping stone method up here, giving me steps to completion. Very nice. I'm into it. We add the card stuff here. Great. Very detailed prototype. I'm into it. Okay. And we please wait while we're processing your payment. Nice confirmation. You know what? I'll say this. Who submitted this one for me? This is Wolfram. Wolfram, right now you are in the running. I dig this. Visually, it maybe is not my favorite experience because it started kind of looking a little bit like a presentation, although I do like the full framed nature of what you got going on here. But the checkout experience, the prototype was very clean. Nice slide out navigation. I didn't even see. You have a changing icon. Really clean, really nice. I like this. This is one of, so far, I'm really digging this one. Let's move on to the next one. This is Trey. Let's see. We're going to open up the Legend Design Challenge from Trey, okay? Now, you would have been able to submit. The only way you can submit is by being a design challenge is by making sure that you're part of the Hey Creative Discord server, right? Okay. So we got kind of a fun experience here, all right? And we have one option here to see the cart, which, uh-oh, your cart is empty. I really like that. Let's talk about tone and language here. Super duper fun, okay? Okay, oh yeah, let's go back here. We haven't shopped yet. I want to shop. Okay, yep, the animation was, okay, I'm gonna comment on it, okay? Because you gave it to me to comment on. I think the animation's a bit much, but I'm not opposed to it, okay? But I do like the attempt. It does show me that my interaction is taking place. I'm not against it. It feels a little old school, right? Also, just this layout in general, it's falling a little bit flat for me. And there's not, proximity-wise, it's hard to tell the relationship of areas because everything's on this black kind of plate or platform. So it would have been nice to kind of carve out areas here. Black is hard. Dark websites are hard. So I get I feel the struggle. I struggle with them as well. So we see the different kind, but see the contrast there of going down to this big white section. It's a little tough, but let's check out the interaction here. Let's add to cart. I like this interaction. Back to the mental model of adding something to my cart. It's as simple as going, I want that. Pop it right into my cart. I can now identify and confirm that it's in the cart, right? We can take it out of the cart, go back here and add it to the cart again. Whoop, it's in the cart. Let's remove that. Can we change quantities at all? We can. Look at that. I love it. All right, super good. Let's go to buy it now. We move into the buy flow, okay, which is a common term in e-commerce, the buy flow. All right, so again, I might encourage you to work on your form field design just a little bit to maybe mature them a little bit, okay? It's very stark. When we work on dark interfaces, to have light input fields, it can work. It may not just be the best approach, in my opinion, okay? Let's fill in our form field. Everyone's doing that, which I think is great. It gives you the experience. Just as a tester or experiencing a prototype, it's nice to see the empty state, filled state. Just a good note, right? People want to see that. It's one thing to be like, okay, I'm clicking from screen to screen. I see now we've completed this, but to actually go through and fill form fields, it's nice. It's a nice addition to your presentation of your prototype. Let's save and deliver here. Okay, we're using a little bit of this, of the accordion kind of like model, which I dig. Let's check out with credit card. Fill the credit card info, save and review. Okay, not sure about buttons kind of whizzing around and flying. Just let the button or the confirmation kind of collapse inside of the accordion. Quick tip, it's a little bit nicer. Okay, and now we place the order. You don't need to keep the main call to action like this always exposed and dancing from section to section. That's a little jarring, okay? Okay, and we thank you for your purchase. All right, good. You know what I loved about Wolfram's design back here was when we checked out, we got like a little loading. It felt very realistic. This was like a quick swipe and you're done. I get it. Super fun. I'm into it. I love it. It was a really good example here. Okay. But yes, okay, great. So Trey, thank you for your submission. It's in the running. We love it. All right. This one is from Yuya Ma 310. Hi, everyone. New to the community. First challenge. Let's go. Yuya Ma 310. Maybe I said that wrong. Okay. We got ourselves a Yuya Yang, excuse me, on Behance. And we have a beautiful hero image up here. Gorgeous layout. Okay. We got a video and it looks like we also have the interactive prototype with a lot of animation cracking. Let's go to the prototype because that's what we want to experience. While we do that quickly, while we're letting it load, I'm going to take a sip of my Legend Spicy Nootropic Ginger Drink. Real good, real tasty. All right, let's get in to this prototype. Okay, the looping animation, maybe a little much. The layout's actually pretty nice. It's a little bare. Okay, but what's getting my attention more than anything is this looping animation. So I would stay away from looping animations like this, although I respect the heck out of it for you know, making it happen like that. Okay. Well, oh, that was an interesting rollover. Oh, interesting. You roll over it, you get a little dialogue like a tooltip of the can. Okay, so this might be, for me, what I would consider maybe a slight overuse of animation, right? And also the length. Think of, okay, when we talk about animation, we are creating a tone, a look, and a feel through motion, all right? So first, you're creating that look and tone through content. Then you're creating that tone, that feel through visual or aesthetic. Then the next step, that third kind of layer of exploration for tone and feel would be motion, right? So the tone that we're creating here is one that's kind of slow. I tend to describe like motion with sounds that I make. It feels lumbering, right? It feels a little slow, like a mammoth charging, right? Whereas sometimes I want things to be, personally, I would take Legend as a little bit more of a snappy, kind of like modern kind of tone, just in brand, in copy, in motion, in animation as well. So think about that. We're going to learn more a little bit. Takes us back. Oh, okay, we had a clicker and a swiper. Lots of, okay, scroll down. Lots of information about Legend. Okay, we got all the ingredients kind of, oh, Yes. Okay. That's interesting. All right, let's go. Oh, mama. Okay, buy now. Yes. That was interesting. Okay, let's just try to add to the cart. Okay, we get a swipe up. I get it. I like it. Immediate kind of access to the confirmation. And we also have some nice like quantity picker, which is nice. So I'm getting all of the are we adding to cart again? This should be our cart. So that's a little confusing, right? We add to cart again. No, we add to cart, we're looking at our cart, we check out. But that's okay. I'm into it, okay? We can take one away. Would have been nice to see this kind of like slide up, condense, do something a little bit, kind of like Amazon checkout, you can imagine. We fill in, very good. We choose the master card. Okay. Sure. Wow, save payment information. Okay, that was interesting. And we confirm, right? Like another great thing, keep in mind, very common e-commerce process, cart, checkout, confirm, make sure everything's okay before you buy, right? Because you break it, you buy it kind of thing. And then we confirm order. Thank you for your purchase. Oh, I think we might have just used a little Lottie animation. Whoa, something happened with that ice. Ooh, okay. Yep. All right. So here's my thoughts. Here's my opinion on this prototype. I think it's a little misuse of animation. I think it's a little overboard. I don't think you have to try that hard. I think you need to focus a little bit more on micro interactions, on kind of clean animations, and refine and mature that tone of animation. Very important to do, but really well done. I love it. Let's move on to the next submission. This is from Mila Shumalina, Mila Shumalina is one of my members. She's a design champion in the house. So I'm expecting really good things from Mila Shumalina right now because she's one of the homies. She's one of the crew. We have the design file and the prototype. I'm just going to check the prototype file for Mila Shumalina right now. Okay. Clean, very nice. Gray is a hard color to work with as a background. And I know this brand is very, like aesthetically, this brand is very black and white. So we had to find some sort of in between. I would go for a darker tone of gray or off black, not pure black like maybe some have tried, but gray can be just in general a hard tone to work with. Okay, so let's scroll down, see what we got. Nice layout, clean. Love the big typography. Oh, hello. I think Mila Shumalina did some box design because I don't believe this box design exists for this brand or this company, right? So she's like, I'm going big. I'm going above and beyond here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful layout. I like this approach. I like using these illustrations and assets. We're part of the starting assets. And she actually took this water splash, probably did a little bit of Photoshop work, a little manipulation like that. Ooh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. It's really, really nice. Okay. So let's go. And I'm not seeing any interactions yet in the prototype. Ah, that's a picture of me doing this. Okay, that's so funny. No partiality for that, but it is funny. Okay, I love the addition there. Okay, kind of an interesting exploration of shapes. Okay, awesome. I'm into it. Do we have? Okay, so we don't have any like working prototype as far as like things linking from one to another, but we do have multiples. I just press left or right on my keyboard. I'm able to get in between them. That's okay. We'll click through like this. Okay. So the user's here. I'm assuming they click on, shop. They go here, they look at it. They see the beautiful overview. This is very cool. Very modern, kind of like, like nutritional facts, ingredients stuff, like very cool, very cool. So we press add to cart and we get, this is a much nicer. Now here's what's interesting. A much more mature slide out cart. It's clean, it's simple. It's not as bubbly and cartoony. It's a little bit more on the mature side, right? When we read logistical information, product information, checkout information in a buy flow or e-commerce experience, we need it to be a little bit more on the clinical side because I need to be able to read it clearly. I don't need all the pizzazz and interesting things. I need clearly defined information, and I think this does a really good job there, right? It tells us what we have. Now, one thing I will say is that gray was it's not my favorite for like some sort of like main background or neutral color or plate to work off of. But because it's not pure black, pure white, it's a little less of a contrast issue. It's not so harsh, is it? See that color-wise? A little color lesson for you. Okay, so we're like filling in, like putting all of our information. Oops, we can't find this page. That's interesting. Okay. And she's doing all of the checkout experience in this slide out, which I'm not opposed to. Hurrah, I like that. Okay, I'm not opposed to doing the checkout there, but she does have all the multiple states, right? The sorry, we can't find this page, payment failed, return to payment page. She's kind of like handling all the bases. So I like this. I wish it was a working prototype, but I'm not going to ding you for it because you put in the extra effort and work of really forming out the layouts, and you have all, I think, the appropriate screens. So I like this. I like the color of this. I like the flow of this. The simplicity and the maturity of this, I think, is pretty on point. So good job, Mila Shumalina. Let's go down to the next submission. This is Dirk by Gent, and I'm going to go for the XD prototype from Dirk, okay? Here we go. Now, this is a mobile, which totally all about that life. Let's go. And here's what I would say. It feels a little bit already, just visually, a little bit on the busy side, right? It looks like it was going, like this background was almost like a Louis Vuitton type pattern, a repeating pattern. But I think what you're really getting is a little bit of a legibility issue, or just maybe even a cognitive overload issue. Like heavy patterns like this in the background, maybe not the best thing, in my opinion, okay? Maybe somebody else would love it. Maybe not my vibe, so to speak. Now, we do have some pretty nice, I know, because I think I played with this one, a nice drag interaction here. Fun, super fun. Not the biggest fan of this little rotating tabby thing, but I'm not opposed to it because technically the interaction happens so fast. I like it. I think you were playful with it. I think you were having fun. And I think you were exploring like interesting things, right? So we're able to buy it now, add to cart. Let's try the add to cart. Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about, a little confirmation. We saw a little bubble head up to the top, and now we're able to click on the cart. It's interesting because it feels like, is it, yeah, okay, it's just kind of sliding out. Is that a scalable model though, is the question I have. Like, how would this scale if you had 2, 3, 4 things inside? I would use the full, especially on mobile, use the full width of the device because there's already kind of limited real estate there, right? So we want to use a little bit more of that real estate just to unpack it for the eye, just to make it a little bit more visually understandable. Okay, let's go ahead and buy now. Really clean. We fill in the information again. Are we starting to see some really consistent patterns, right? Slide outs, steppers, you know, like certain elements that are pretty consistent buy flow e-commerce patterns. Take note, the reason these patterns are here is because they work. This button is see-through. I'm going to go ahead and say no to the see-through button. Okay, it would be better for it to be a standout call to action, right? I need to know. And on that lesson, or in that vein of critique, right, which all of this is constructive criticism. I think these are fantastic submissions, great designs. We're all learning and growing as creatives. Constructive criticism only helps us. It sharpens us. And when you get your work or you watch somebody else's work get critiqued, you learn from it. There's only two outcomes in life. You win or you learn. You don't lose. You win or you learn. Okay, so that's what we're doing here, being helpful. But in this vein, I would say we are overusing a call to action color here, right? Our top bar is this kind of gold color. We have gold in the back. We have gold here. We have gold underlining each one of these form fields. We have gold for the button, a lighter tone of the gold. Where is the call to action? Where is my eye led? It's kind of being led all over the place, isn't it? Right? I want it to be led to one place. This is why we simplify designs. We simplify designs, and we maybe, I think it's the, what is it, the 60-30-10 rule, or the yeah, it's something like that. It's like 60% neutral, 30% or like 20% can be your primary color, and then that 10 or 20% should be that accent color, that call to action color. Okay, I'm gonna do a video on that pretty soon because that's an important kind of foundational element. All right, so okay, we're kind of clicking through. Go to the element, we fill in all of our card info. Okay, great. We could use PayPal. I'd like the options. That's kind of nice. Thank you for your purchase. No confirmation. That's okay. We do get a fun like map view My order is here now. Okay, cool. It's a fun experience. I like it. I'm into it. I think it had some visual issues. And then also I think that the checkout experience could have been a little bit more thought through. I think the layout suffered. I think the prototype was great. I think the visual design struggled just a little bit, but really nice submission by Dirk. I love that. Okay. This one is Pournima. And I saw this one actually happening in my design file, which I shared the Figma file and then I made it editable, which I should not have. So Pournima edited it inside of my file, which you should not have. That's okay. Let's go. Here we go. We got a little prototype. Let's watch the prototype. Okay, interesting. It's like all the elements are falling into the can. The layout's nice. I don't love the little arrow at the right because I don't know what's going on there. This is definitely done in Adobe XD because we're adding fun little visual video elements now. Here's the compartmentalized kind of thing I was talking about. Nice to have some separation from different elements. Real busy. That little jingle jangle animation right there is very, very busy. Okay. But I do like that you have a switcher of the elements there. Okay. That is nice. Add to cart. Nice pop of the little bubble. Great. I got a little confirmation like that. It doesn't need to animate up, but just to see some change. Oh, we did a shopping cart animation. This is nice. I don't mind a modal. This is the first modal checkout that we've seen. I don't need the hover and expand the image thing. I don't need that. That's unnecessary, I would say. Proceed to buy. We're kind of just walking through the process for me. I like that. Okay. I love this actually. Let's pause. Okay. So going to a separate screen that has the 2-panel confirmation of your cart on the right. And now we have the checkout experience. I think that's actually, in my opinion, one of the best e-commerce buy flow models is to be able to still confirm your cart. The one thing I feel like this is missing is go back and continue shopping. I'd have to go all the way. I'd have to hit the logo, or where do I go? Or hit the home button up here to go back and shop some more if I'm not ready to check out. So an option for that might have been nice. I don't know why. The little arrows, they throw me a little bit. I don't think you need the arrows. I think you need like a segmented control in this checkout experience over here. But you're ready to pay now on both. See how, okay, see, here's a problem is 2 call to actions. Pay now there, pay now here. So we might need to modify the cart on the right-hand side just to show and represent what's in the cart, but the pay now is happening elsewhere, or vice versa. I don't know, but like you only need 1 call to action. There's too much redundancy happening there. Okay. And it's kind of a fun GIF. Oh, okay. We're using the GIF. We're using the video. Not really on brand, but cute and fun. Okay. I'm into it. Okay. And I think we have the interactive prototype right here, which is really fun. Okay. So buy, pay. Yeah. The whole thing was good. I thought it was okay. I love the 2-panel, like actual checkout experience. I wasn't a fan of, and sorry. Let's go back down to where the clickable prototype was. I wasn't a big fan of some of the kind of superfluous or like unneeded animation stuff that was happening there. I think it's a lot of attempt to add pizzazz, where what I think that's really needed was probably just a little bit of layout help. Like this button is floating in the middle, but everything is left aligned. And we constantly have these arrows leading to the right for stuff that I don't think you need. So keep that in mind, right? Pizzazz is nice once we've conquered firm layout and kind of beautiful design. So that's what I would say. But really, really nice submission here from Pournima. I love that. Great stuff. This one is from Ilya, and we have mobile checkout and a desktop. Oh, Ilya, what are you doing to me? You did mobile and desktop. I like it. I'm a big fan. Oh, this is looking very cleanly, very tidy. We can see the ingredients. Although the go back should not be here. We should just have information kind of shown. Okay, that's interesting. Add to cart. Oh, love that cart experience. Enter the promo code. Checkout. We go to a full-blown checkout. Everything is right about this so far. I'm loving all of this. I don't have time to fill in all this stuff. That's okay. We're just going to go to review order. Maybe a little bit more active state call to action stuff happening up here, but see how we've simplified. This is an interface. Dirk and Lisa said that's the 70-30-20 rule. That equals 120. That's not true. It has to equal 100%, I think. So it might be the 60-30-10 rule or the 60-20-20 or something like that. I forget. But it's not 70-30-20. definitely not. That's too much. Too many percentages. But this is an interface, right? This is a interface that's allowing the product and the experience to take kind of center stage, not necessarily the pizzazz and the color. Everything's been neutralized. It's really, really clean. Confirm the order. Processing. Oh, we got a little processing thing. Yeah, this is a nitpicky. I'm just going to go back. It's a nitpicky. If we're processing, I'd like to see, it was very subtle for it to move to processing. Maybe I see a little spinner come out on the button, so I see it. Maybe the words go away and it's just spinning or something like that, but nice. And then a way to go back to the homepage. Mobile checkout, I like it. I like it a lot. Let's go to the desktop checkout and see what Ilya made for us. Very clean. This is kind of hitting all of the things I've been talking about, right? We're like segmentation of areas or separation of areas, right? Here's my cart. Here's my information to fill in, right? Can we open up address? We're going to save this. Again, the button is not whiz-wang like flying in between sections. It is just staying within its own section. Save my address, payment information, save the payment information. Each of them now have an edit to go back and do, which I get it in the prototype. That's hard to do. They all refresh, but that's a great model right there. That little edit button that pops up. I like it. Then we have the order summary over here. Enter our promo code and shipping information. Great, thank you. But we can't check out yet, and I don't know why. That's okay. That's all right. That's okay. But maybe we can click through to a checkout. Nope, but it is a very nice layout. I'm all about this. Ilya, this is hard, you guys. There's great submissions here. We're almost done. We got 2 more. This is Lydia has a Figma file for us. A Figma prototype from Lydia. Okay. Experience sustainable performance. Nice 2-column. Love it. We have a dark mode and a light mode. Didn't have to do that, but you did, and I appreciate it. You can check the cart. The cart's empty. Beautiful. We're exploring the different states. Let's explore the different flavors. I like this. I like this. We can add quantity right here. That's a fun functionality. And we can then add to cart. I see that maybe we had a little bit of issue with certain elements. That's fine, but we can go to the page as well. Here, I love this little segmented control, little tabbed kind of like area. Add to cart. We got confirmation. Beautiful. We're doing all the right things, just like the last one that was Ilya's. Lydia's, I think, separating areas, right? Cart versus checkout stuff. Love it. We could do a lot of the work over here. Change the shipping. The only thing I would say is, you know, maybe expand these a little bit. Give a little bit more space to it feels a little compacted, right? We could maybe expand these a little bit. And these giant X to close elements, I don't think you need those. I think they could be much smaller to exit out, right? And then we continue. Also, I'd love to see a little bit more. There we go. The last one was like not filled in. Hold on, let's go to the cart. Here we go. It was like not filled in, and it went to like gray. Whereas this one, as soon as I filled it in, went to black, which I love, 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 right? So you got to pick a style, pick a button style that is active, inactive, default, hover, all those kinds of things, especially on desktop like this. What does this look like in the dark mode? Pretty spicy, actually. Pretty nice. Let's go back through and pay with Klarna. You got different options. That's fun. Okay, we're going to pay. Beautiful. I think we used a little Lottie animation in here. I liked that. That was nice. Okay. Really beautifully done. This one is by Lydia. I'm liking that one as well. The only thing I would say is, you know, working on spacing and layout maybe a little bit, but really in the end, the prototype, the interactions was really, really nice. This one is by Aaron Rabi, and this is our final submission for the day from Aaron. And then we have some serious thinking to do because I have not made up my mind. Okay. Thank you for looking through my prototype. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, cool. We can shop. We can go to our story. We can go back. We can go to contact. Love it. Okay. We're probably figuring out those sections. All right. I'm not the biggest fan of this like gradiated kind of like the kind of fading into an image. I think we can figure out better ways to do it. And then also contrast wise, I think you're hurting yourself with this background texture. Anytime it really makes it busy. It looks a little bit like a wallpaper, right? Inside of like an interior design, but it's not doing anything for featuring the product itself, right? This is more of a critique of art direction than anything, okay? So I would just say, you know, simplify a little bit more, okay? Okay, all the actions kind of happening up here. Let's click on a can. Oh, we can change here and buy now, or we can go click on a can. Okay, this is a little bit better. See how we don't have that background stuff that's happening there? And be careful of putting things inside of boxes that end up looking like a button. Also, our contrast here, the pull to the call to action is not as great as it could be. Okay, the reason being because you're overusing this kind of golden or like kind of tan color. See how it's here, it's here, it's here, it's here, it's down here. So there's a lot of areas you're using it, so therefore it doesn't really stand out. Notice that like the black button actually stands out a little bit more, right? Okay, you're doing one thing that nobody else has done though, is once I'm on one product, I'm easily able to kind of like move back and forth between the two products, which I actually really love that. We can add this and now buy. We can't add to cart. That's okay. That's all right. Let's go back here. We don't have any way to get to the cart, which is kind of a mandatory. It's kind of a big deal for e-commerce, but that's okay. We will let it go, right? And we'll do this. We're kind of clicking in here. Oh, that's really nice. Some of the best form design I've seen today, actually. Love that. Okay, so we're able to fill all those in. Hopefully change the shipping, you know, update our billing. The interesting thing was you like made these active states, but we can't fill it in. That's okay. All right. We change this. Why not add that one to cart? That was a great, not really. You might be a really fantastic UX designer actually, because you're thinking of ways to upsell and let the user access things they should. These are really clever solutions on from a UX perspective. The UI, I think, is the thing maybe you need to work on just like a little bit. Add a discount code. Okay, we applied it. Now we can complete our order. Order confirmed. Okay, all right. So, you know, there's some UX principles you're kind of missing there as far as like different states or confirmation screens or getting back to certain areas quickly. But there are some new and fun solutions in there, like the upsell that other people had not thought of. That's really great. Yuko says, what's this nootropic? I'm all about it. Is it because of the design? No, it's because of what's in it. So the nootropic drinks tend to help you cognitively. So this one has a lot of like prebiotics, nootropics. It's vegan, it's natural, and it has certain elements inside of it that have been proven to kind of help you think and like help your brain function a little bit, right? So I used to drink, what are those called? Bulletproof coffees that have like MCT oil, different things inside of it. They're really like hard to make. It takes a lot of time. This is a lot easier. It's really spicy and nice and refreshing. All right. So I'm going to be looking at these submissions in the background, but while we're doing that, let's move into a fun time of question and answer. Okay. So if you have a question, throw it in the chat, any chat that you're in, and we will chat about it. All right. We had a couple people asking, where is this live stream playing? Right now, I am streaming to Facebook, Behance, Twitch, and YouTube all at the same time. So you can find me on any of those platforms. Super fun. Let me see. YouTube, Abernail says YouTube didn't notify you. Hey, make sure that you have liked, subscribed, and hit that little bell notification icon so you'll know when I go live. I usually go live every Friday morning, Pacific and Central Standard Time morning. So yeah, so make sure that you're subscribed for that. Okay. Let's see. Omar Asloma says, I really love the idea of the challenge. I'm sad because I didn't get the time to do the challenge, but there will be another one coming up in December. Absolutely. Here's a question from Abernail. Can you suggest me some good royalty-free, no copyright music tracks that I can use? Absolutely. I have, top of my head, I have two options for you. Number one, just go into YouTube. If you have a YouTube account or a Google account, you can open up your YouTube account, go into YouTube Studio, and go into the audio playlist. And there's just tons and tons of free tracks you can use to make your videos. If you want something a little bit more, all my stock music comes from, what is it called? I already forgot. Who makes my who makes my music? It's Musicbed. Gosh, I just had a horrible brain fart. I couldn't remember the name. So I use Musicbed, which is like a monthly subscription, and then I can use all the royalty-free music that I want, which is great. So that's what I use. But I started out using the YouTube stuff only, and then I moved to like other options like Musicbed. So maybe you should check that out. James Raymond asks, how do you like to hand off your designs to developer? I'm actually really passionate about design development handoff, this procedure. I like to do a few things. Number one, there's just a philosophical principle that I tend to live by when I do design development handoff. Number one is a famous Bible verse from Philippians chapter 2 that says, consider others as more important than yourself. And how I would apply that to this use case is, I want to consider your time more important than my time. So I'm going to spend the extra time documenting, making things pixel perfect, making things just right, making sure there's anything that I can do to add value to you as the engineering team. I'm going to do, because I'm going to consider your time really valuable. So that's kind of like a life principle. But tactically, what can you do? Number one, you can document the heck out of things, right? Document more than you think you should. You should document states and components and animations. You should document spacing and timing. You should document, where you got certain loading animations and Lottie files. You should document if you're starting to build a design system, how this plays into the design system, right? You should use standard nomenclature that you have. This is number two. So number one is document. Number two, standardize. So you should work with your engineering teams to create standard kind of ways of naming things, talking about things. What one company refers to as a card might look very different than what another company or client refers to as a card. Okay, or UI card. So we have to create some standardized language and then start to build that into our design systems and our pattern libraries, okay? Number three, you want to be a part of the handoff process. Don't just hand things off and go, fix it, do it like this, and then come back later and complain that the button's not right. We want to be there for the process. So we've documented, right? We've made sure that we've standardized some things. We've set principles and operating procedures in place, but then we're available too to say, what do you need from me? Can I get you more? What is it? Okay. Now let's go real tactical. There's some tools that are great for handoff. A lot of the modern design tools like XD and Figma and Sketch have all made this really great. They all have some sort of inspect mode where code is available. I think Figma and XD are doing that the best. But you might want to have a third-party software or tool that you use as the single source of truth. I don't like people going in my design files. I don't like developers going into my Figma files unless they have to. So I'd prefer to use something like Zeppelin or Abstract or something like that, or Anima that says, hey, that over there, that's the single source of truth. Go there for final files, not the design files. That's just me personally. Maybe look into that. So that's some thoughts on how to do design development handoff, okay? Yep. I'm transferring from something to Figma. Why is Figma so hard? I don't think it actually is. I think learning any new tool is hard, and getting rid of or letting go of certain ways of doing things and workflows from one space to another is difficult. Trust me, I use all of the tools pretty much. It's hard to go back and forth, but sometimes I'll be using Figma for like 3 to 6 months and I switch over to using XD because a client or something needs me to. It's tough. There's always a transition there. So, first recommendation would be stick with what you know. But second recommendation would be willing to release and relinquish workflow and learn new workflows. It's only going to make you a better designer. Okay. I would say in Figma, always use frames. Don't use groups. Don't group things together. Don't draw rectangles and then text inside to make a button. Just use auto layout. Use frames. It's way better. Okay. Which programming language is good to start after being a UX and UI designer? I would say it depends on what you want to do. If you want to have some empathy or some skill set for mobile design, you might want to learn Xcode. You might want to learn Swift. Maybe. If you want to do good like UI design, UX design for desktop or websites, you might just want to learn HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Those are the magic three, the three wise men of front end. You learn those, sky's the limit. You start building all sorts of cool stuff. So that's what I would say there. Okay. Yep. How to sell a design and learn fast? That's like kind of two questions. Learn fast. Let me answer that one. How do you learn things about design and creativity? You learn what you need when you need it, I would say. You get a good foundation underneath you, the basics, the basic principles, right, of design, right? Like color, typography, just like basic design theory. contrast, repetition, alignment, proximity. These are basic design tools. If you don't know about those, maybe sign up for my newsletter. I might be having some design principle courses coming out. But you learn those foundations, and then you only learn what you need when you need it after that, but you continue to grow and master these foundational elements, right? So maybe you really want to design websites and prototyping is a part of that. Do that, but don't relinquish the design foundations. You need those. You got to keep them hand in hand, okay? And then how do you sell? You don't sell things that people don't need. You sell value that people want. If you just do that, if you just sell things that you know that people need, if you solve people's problems, serve them well, and you sell not yourself, not your services, not pixels, not creativity, but you sell solutions to help them make more money, that's the value that you actually bring, is your business savvy, your ability to help their business. That's what you sell. All right. Can you use different H1 for different pages if you want every headline to be the full width of the page? We're talking about the way that things look and are displayed versus the value they have to the browser, right? H1s, H2s, H3s, the reason these are in web development or front-end development is because we're saying, hey, Google, or whatever browser there other is besides that, hey, Google, this is the most important. Look at this one first, right? This is your main headline, okay? Everything else after that comes secondary or tertiary. So if you just want things to be big and fun, that's a display challenge. That's a visual design challenge. You just do that with CSS, okay? Last question, and then I think I've been kind of looking at these designs as I run through. I'm ready for my first, second, and third choice, I believe, to announce the winners and present some prizes. That's what I think I'm ready for. Oh my gosh, but I'm gonna have to go back through and figure out the who's who. All right. Hey, we just had Andre Carpin subscribe to the Design Champions Club. What's up, Andrea? Welcome to the club. You are going to get access to all sorts of fun stuff. I just got the notification on my watch right now that you signed up. So thank you for becoming a Design Champ and a member. You're going to get access to the exclusive channels inside of the Discord, as well as all sorts of other goodies, resource library, fun stuff. Make sure you join if you're interested in joining. All right. Okay. So, yep. I'm looking at them. I maybe need a few more minutes to kind of peruse as I'm answering questions. Okay. Auto layout seems really hard, Karan says. It seems hard to move things around and customize. Any advice to learn it really, really well? I made a video all about auto layout that has a challenge file associated with it. I would watch that video, go through it a bunch of times. You just got to play with it. Here's what I would say. Auto layout is great for certain use cases, a lot of use cases, not all use cases, right? So you can't use it for everything, but you can use it for a lot of things. So know when it's good. And if you're like, this just isn't working for me, it's all right. You're no less of a designer. Just pull it out of the auto layout and do something else. That's fine. Do what works for you is always the motto that I would kind of encourage everybody to. Okay. All right, let's jump back in. Actually, I'm just going to tell you who my winners are. Okay. Let's see. Man, there's so many good ones. I'm going to have to give third. Okay. We're going to do third place. Are you ready? Third place winner, I believe. Let's go back up and just make sure we're looking at these in order. I'm going to have to, a better way to like organize these. Third place winner is, sure enough, gonna go to Wolfram. That is Wolfram, who is in the chat today. You are the third place winner. I loved like the full kind of immersive experience of this. The look and feel was great. Actually, you had a texture behind. Other people had textures, but yours was simpler, right? And it was a beautiful kind of exploration of the brand, and it had great kind of interactions. It had a great cart experience. I dug it. I was into it. You had great separation of elements. Like the prototype itself was pretty rocking. Great confirmation states. I was a big fan of this exploration and this prototype. So I say good on you. Let's just fill a few things in and explore. Oh, look at that. Let's go back. Boom. Return to the shop. I loved it. It was just, in general, Wolfram, I thought it was a great exploration. I just want to give you huge props. You were the winner of a case of Legend Spicy Nootropic Ginger Drink. I will contact you in the Discord and get your information and send it to Legend, and they'll be sending you a case of this bad boy. You get to choose the spicy one. I recommend the spicy one, or the less spicy one if you're not as adventurous. But from your design, I would say you're probably the adventurous type, so go with the spicy. You won't regret it. All right, so that was Wolfram. Hey, give him a big round of applause. Give him some shout outs. Yeah in the chat. Always cool to see a winner. All right, so I'm gonna be looking for my third place winner. There was some that I really loved. There were so many good ones, but I think I have mine in mind. Oh gosh, hold on. I'm going back. Okay, let's answer another question. Where is the Discord? Karan Patel asks. Go all the way up. It should be pinned in the chat. If you're on YouTube, click there, sign up for the free Discord server, jump in. In the next 48 hours, you'll get the next design challenge will be coming out to you. Should be a lot of fun. So I'm just going back and making sure I know who did what. Oh, yeah, that was a good one. That was fun. Okay. You know, there was one that oh gosh, that's a good one too. Hold on, I'm just kind of I'm thinking through things. If you have, okay, Andre says, I'm gonna answer this question as I kind of like try to figure out who number 2 is. Andre says, looking for a mentor, and I think you're a great person for helping me get to the next level. See you around. Thanks, Andre, I appreciate that. Hey, if you're interested, I do coaching sessions. You can go to my website and then jump to learn.jesseshowalter.com. And I have 30-minute and 60-minute sessions. If you'd like to book one, we can talk about anything. We can talk about your career. We can talk about life. We could talk about your designs, your portfolio, whatever you would like to chat about. I would love to chat about with you. Okay, I think I found my second place winner. I totally did. So I'm just going to refresh this and go to the home page. Oh gosh, it was so good. There were so many good ones. Yeah, that one's definitely, I think I know my winner for sure. I definitely have my winner. Okay, y'all. It's just about who is going to get this second place. And I think that I'm going to give it to, oh no, I know which one. Hold on, I'm getting there. Give me 2 seconds here. I have it. I just got to find it in the chat. Yeah. This is the one. This is going to be our second place winner. I think, even though the prototyping aspect of it wasn't there, the completeness of the design, I think, goes to Mila Shumalina, my homie, my friend, my design champ, goes to Mila Shumalina. I think the design was just super clean. I think the extra work you did on packaging like blew my mind. I think the customization of certain elements was great. This was a full-fledged website, great experience. But then as we went through the checkout experience or through the shopping experience, I thought that was like fantastic as well, right? Typography's on it, like call to actions, good. I wasn't the biggest fan of this kind of gray background, but it really started to actually work once we got into this more mature version of the cart. And I loved that you did, hey, this is in the cart, not necessarily jumped immediately to the next page. This was mature. It was classy. It was good use of common UI like design patterns that we see for e-commerce. Seeing all the information presented well, right? Being able to like input everything right there in the side panel. I thought it was great. Good confirmation. Multiple states provided. And I just thought that this was a great one. So second place, Mila Shumalina, you are a winner of a case of Legend Spicy Nootropic Ginger Drink. You're going to love it. It's going to get sent your way. I'm going to contact you in the Discord and I'll get your information, send it off to the Legend folks. But the next winner is going to be our first place winner, our first prize winner. And this winner is going to get access to 1 year of Adobe Creative Cloud and also a case of the stuff, you know, and a case of the Legend. And hands down, I think the amount of work that this person did, the fluidity of the prototype, the classiness and maturity, the kind of calming down of the color palette, using color well, it's gotta go to our friend Ilya Perelman. I think I said that right. Ilya Perelman. And this is Ilya's design submission. She had a mobile and she had a desktop submission. I loved it. It was just clean. It was classy. It just worked really, really well I'm going to refresh it really quickly and go all the way back to the beginning so you can see it, right? The ability to kind of see these different sections was great. There were some small changes I might have added, like just being able to toggle in between these, but the cart experience, very classy, very nice. Entering the code, the checkout experience, really, really nice, but still being able to go back. Everything about this was just good stuff, like being able to continue shopping if we wanted to. The use of the color, the layout, everything was smooth, right? Even the motion, the timing of the animation, very clean, not too slow, not too fast, not too aggressive, right? But everything here was well done. It was really about the subtleness of the interface, you know, and using good, like, standardized patterns. Alignment was good, like cards are good. All of this stuff is good. The processing, you know, and confirmation screen back to the homepage. This was just beautiful, beautiful stuff. And then to boot, she went ahead and created this gorgeous desktop experience that allowed us, this is probably, for me, probably the thing that won it, was this desktop experience where I was able to fill all these elements in. And once you save, we got the edit button that came back, which was just, it's classic. It's well done. This looks like a Shopify theme. This looks gorgeous, right? It looks beautiful and mature and clean. You know, you might want to play a little bit with the spacing here and stretch this out so we got a little bit more space for our items in our cart. But the order summary was there. Everything was on point. And shipping information. I loved it. I just thought it was a great, great submission. So congratulations to Ilya Perelman. I keep saying that wrong. You are the winner of 1 year of Adobe Creative Cloud and 1 case of Legend. Everybody else, Dirk and everybody else, and Lydia and Aaron, everybody gets a participation medal. You all get my huge thanks for participating. You did great work. I'm proud of you guys. I'm so excited that you guys participated in this challenge. It's a ton of fun. Submit your stuff. Join us for the next challenge. It's gonna be great. I'm so thankful that you guys were able to join us today. Join me today for this stream. And that is pretty much coming up on the end of the stream. We've hit about an hour, and you guys have hung out and watched me kind of review these beautiful work. Thank you again for everyone who's participated. Make sure that you like, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell notification icon so you know when other videos like this come out. Consider becoming one of my members, a supporter, or a design champ. It helps these things happen. It helps these challenges happen, prizes to be given, challenges to be made, everything like that. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Friday. I hope you have an amazing weekend. I hope you're designing amazing things. Hope you're making amazing things. And I hope you keep on challenging yourself to grow